lights, so don't move out too far past the stop line. So roughly about here. Okay. Now if your bike's not wanting to go into gear, apply downward pressure on the gear lever and let the clutch out to the friction point. Yeah. That's probably because you're in a higher gear again. You probably weren't in second like you thought, you're probably in third. Oncoming car, where should we be? Turning left, where should we be? There we go. But yeah, if the gear lever doesn't want to push down, just apply pressure down on it and let the clutch out to the friction point again, and then it should click down again. That checks. But that's why you got to go down your gears individually as you're slowing down, and just keep on shifting down until you feel that gear lever no longer moving down any further. Sometimes even when my gear lever stops moving down, I'll still check again, just to double check. At the lights, we're going to be turning left. Next set of lights, we're going to be turning right, and then we're going to be turning right at the roundabout. With your lane change, try to indicate a little bit longer, okay, before you start doing your mirror and your shoulder checks. So turning right at the lights, and then right at the roundabout. So with this intersection, there's going to be a lot going on. Go to the right-hand lane, right-hand wheel track. So with this set of lights, we've got the ambulance lane here on our right, so we've just got to shoulder check that as well as to check the traffic lights as we're crossing through, okay? Remember our trailer size space between us and the car in front. Looking right, looking left, shoulder checking. Staying to your right. Got the merge point here, so mirror, shoulder check, and then turning right at the roundabout. So definitely a lot going on in that little intersection there. Oncoming car, where do we want to be? This is a blind corner that bends to the right. Yep, because you can see the solid white line there, bends to the right there. That's what you want to look for. Now we had the 30 signs back there, but when you hit the speed bump, it goes back to 50, okay? It's just an automatic thing. Even though there's no sign saying it, it's just that's just the hospital car park we just went through. Yep, this is the road that goes back to behind the licensing centre again. Best to head check these alleyways as well, because during the week, lots of cars and trucks come in and out of here during the week. Alright, so we're just going to turn into the second driveway on our right. Not this one, but the next one. And then we're going to pull into the parking bays on the right hand side. And I just want you to reverse your bike in. Any way you want to do it, doesn't matter how. here's the easier way of doing it. Instead of stopping in the middle of the road and walking it back a whole heap, go into the parking bay, do a bit of a U-turn, line up with the bay, stop, and then all you got to do is walk it back a couple of steps and straighten up. Okay? That's got nothing to do with your test, okay?
Okay. Yeah, so what if there was like obviously a bunch of cars here and then obviously...
Oh, then yeah, we'll just drive in and then we'll just manually turn the bikes around anyway for the test day. This is just because I just want to set us up as if we're doing the test. So yeah, this has got nothing to do with your test reversing. You don't have to do this on your test at all. So yeah, don't stress about it too much. When you come back from your test though, you're just going to drive straight forward into the parking bay. You're not going to do anything fancy. Yeah, all good. Just a couple of things. When we're turning right there, you got the solid white line that was there. Even though technically we're allowed to turn right or allowed to do a U-turn over a solid white line, best just to go around it because it lines you up with the driveway a lot better instead of cutting the corner. Yeah, so just go around it. The other thing as well, when you came in, you rode right over the top of that straight arrow. So those arrows are pretty much in the very middle of each lane, so they're technically the oil slick. So think of them as the oil slick, those straight arrows. We always want to be in our left or our right-hand wheel track most of the time, especially when we're turning. So if you're coming in here and you're turning right, yeah, be to the right of the arrow. Because if you suddenly brake on that white arrow or whatever, it's very slippery, even in the dry. In the wet, it's just like ice. All right, any questions? Oh, cool. When you're ready, we're going to head out that driveway and we're going to turn left, okay? So yeah, when you leave the parking bay, this is how we're going to be set up for the test. When you leave the parking bay, just indicate in the direction that you're going. And then yeah, head on out. Right foot up. So we don't want to be walking the bike along if we can help it. And when we're taking off, always have your right foot up, only left foot down. Indicator off.
Now when we come back this way, we're not going to have any 30 signs at all, so we can still do the normal speed limit. Best to move to your left-hand wheel track along here. Assessors reckon that you can't see cars coming over the other side of the bridge, so... But we need the left-hand wheel track anyway for the blind corner, so it kind of works out. At the roundabout, we're going to turn right. Worst part is they knew we were there. Yeah. Good to do 60 along here, okay? So whenever you leave the licensing centre, you're always going to come out at one of the two roundabouts. So this main road is always like 60 from end to end. At the roundabout, we're going to turn right, and then we're going to turn left at the lights. As you can see, you've got the 50 signs here now, so now we're in the 50 area. Left at the lights. Just when you exit the roundabout, just make sure you get your indicator off and then back on again for your turn. Just so you can keep that habit of always getting your indicator off after every individual action that you've used it for. Only 53 here. At the lights, we're going to turn right, and then we're going to go straight at the next set of lights. There we go, good work. And left-hand wheel track for me just for now. This road kind of contradicts what I teach here because you've got the island in the middle of it, but it's just because of the next set of lights. There's a blind corner straight after the light, so we're just going to set ourselves up for that.
So yeah, when we get around this blind corner through the lights here, you might have parked cars on your left. So you just got to decide once you can see up the road if you're going to your right-hand wheel track or the oil slick, if there's oncoming cars. There we go, you got it easy today, no oncoming cars, so yeah, it's just right-hand wheel track.
This next roundabout, turning right. Alright, as we're going to take our next right-hand turn. Turn right here, just make sure you go to the left-hand lane, right-hand wheel track as soon as possible, okay? There we go. Now, if you do this next part exactly how I tell you, you'll get it done the easy way, okay? And I mean do it exactly how I tell you. Now we're going to turn left at the lights, and then we're going to turn right at the following set of lights. So when you turn left, do everything you normally do, but then when we get out onto the next road, go straight out to your right-hand lane, right-hand wheel track, okay? Yep. So do everything you normally do to turn left, and then go straight out to the right-hand lane, right-hand wheel track, as soon as possible.